Have you ever asked an AI to solve, say, a really complex IT logic problem, or maybe analyze a super detailed business requirement, only to get this completely flawed, generic, or honestly just flat out wrong answer back? Yeah, it is incredibly frustrating, especially when you know the AI is totally capable of so much more. Well, listen, don't worry, because you are absolutely not alone here, and there is actually a highly effective way to fix it. So, a huge and warm welcome to this explainer for the BA Club. Today, we're going to completely transform the way you interact with artificial intelligence. In this explainer, we're looking at exactly one thing: prompting techniques, chain of thought prompting. We're going to solve that frustration of getting those superficial, kind of useless AI answers by just shifting our entire approach. I want you to start treating the AI like a highly capable, but, very junior analyst. Think about it. If you give a junior analyst a massive problem and just ask for the final answer right away, they might panic and guess, right? But if you ask them to carefully show their work, step by step, their accuracy absolutely goes through the roof. And that is exactly what we're going to do today. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll cover what chain of thought actually is, how it compares to other methods, some real-world IT applications, best practices for success, when and where to deploy it, and finally, the pros and cons. Section 1. What is chain of thought? Or forcing the AI to show its work. So what are we actually talking about here? By definition, chain of thought prompting is simply a technique where you deliberately ask an AI to explicitly work through a problem step by step and literally show its reasoning before it's allowed to give you the final answer. It's beautifully simple in plain English, but wow, it dramatically improves accuracy on tasks that require multi-step logical reasoning. Instead of the AI trying to leap from the question straight to the answer in one giant bound and usually falling short, right? You are basically building a staircase of logic for it to walk up. I absolutely love this quote. Force the AI to think out loud. You see, when you require the AI to write out its intermediate steps, you're actually preventing it from jumping to conclusions. As it generates the text of its reasoning, it's essentially reading its own logic. This allows it to catch its own errors mid-thought. It's kind of like when you're talking through a complex problem with a colleague and halfway through explaining it out loud, you suddenly realize the flaw in your own plan. We've all been there during a whiteboard session, right? Well, the AI does the exact same thing. Moving on to Section 2, how it compares. Let's look at chain of thought versus multi-shot prompting. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the clear distinction between training the output versus training the reasoning. Multi-shot prompting is this great technique where you provide the AI with several examples of the desired final output. Like, you might show it 3 perfectly formatted user stories so it knows exactly how to format the 4th one. But chain of thought is fundamentally different. Instead of just showing the destination, you're providing a roadmap for the reasoning process itself. You aren't just saying, hey, look at these examples. You're saying, here is the exact logical sequence you must follow to figure out the right answer. Section 3, real-world IT applications, or as I like to call it, the analyst journey. Let's make this concrete. Imagine you're a business analyst and you're analyzing a really complex real-time chat application design. If you just casually ask the AI, hey, what are the bottlenecks in this chat app, it's probably going to give you some generic fluff. Instead, by applying chain of thought, you structure your prompt sequentially. You tell it, step 1, identify all the components and their responsibilities. Step 2, calculate the load requirements for each component. Step 3, identify which components actually become bottlenecks under peak load. And finally, step 4, for each bottleneck, explain exactly why it would fail. And the contrast in the outputs, it's just night and day. With a basic prompt, you get super generic advice like, oh, use a load balancer, which is just jumping to conclusions with absolutely no audit trail. It doesn't actually help you do your job. But with a chain of thought prompt, you get a highly detailed analysis explaining exactly why a specific database might fail under load. It gives you verifiable impacts and, most importantly, a fully auditable logic trail. As a BA, you can read through that logic, verify every single step with your engineering team, and confidently present those findings to your stakeholders. It's a real game changer. Section 4, best practices for success. Let's look at how you can use this technique effectively every single day. So the crucial point is that the exact phrasing you use really matters. Here are some practical tips you can literally copy and paste into your workflow right now. First, use phrases like let's think step by step or show your work. Second, physically number the specific steps you want the AI to follow, just like we did with that chat app example. Third, and actually this is absolutely vital, explicitly state that you want the reasoning before the final answer. If it gives the answer first, the whole technique is broken. And fourth, if you're reviewing technical architectures, ask the AI to thoroughly explain the underlying logic before it even tries to write out a solution or implementation plan. Section 5. When and where to use it, because knowing the right time for chain of thought is key. You really don't need this technique for everything. Simple prompts are totally fine if you just need some basic formatting, or say summarizing a short meeting transcript. But chain of thought? That is absolutely essential for high-stakes work. You want to deploy this for debugging complex systems, conducting deep system architecture analysis, performing code reviews of intricate business logic, or running security audits. Basically, you use this technique in any scenario where absolute correctness matters significantly more than the speed of getting a quick response. When a wrong decision is going to cost the business money or risk a major system failure, you make sure the AI thinks step by step. Section 6. The pros and cons. Let's take a look at the honest trade-offs. And this brilliantly illustrates the balance we have to strike. The benefits are massive for sure. You get incredibly high accuracy on complex problems, a highly auditable logic trail that you can easily verify with stakeholders, and an AI that literally self-corrects its own errors mid-thought. The trade-off? Well, it simply takes longer. It takes the AI more time to process and generate all that text, it consumes more computational effort, and frankly, it takes a bit more time for you to write a detailed, multi-step prompt. But for complex IT and business analysis tasks, it is almost always worth it. So that brings us to the end of our deep dive. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. If an artificial intelligence produces vastly superior results simply by being forced to slow down and think step by step, what does that say about how we approach our own problem solving? Think about it. Anyway, if you found this explainer insightful, please check out our other explainers on prompting techniques right here on the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely watch our other videos in the playlist. And hey, jump into the comments below. Let us know, have you ever successfully used this exact step-by-step technique in your day-to-day work and gotten useful results? And what other techniques do you frequently rely on? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching the BA Club, and we will see you in the next one.